I want you to hear me out here. This footage proves that Chuck Norris can beat the world record deadlift using just his arms. You're going to tell me this footage is fake. Now, obviously those plates are fake, because even if Chuck Norris was infinitely strong, his center of mass would be completely wrong. So unless his feet were nailed to the floor, there would be no way he would be able to stand up. But while the plates may be fake, I think we can assume that the bar is real. That means the bar is 20 kgs, that's 10 kgs per bicep. The forearm operates off a class 3 fulcrum. But this example of a fulcrum isn't to scale of the forearm. This is what it would look like to scale, but now you can barely see anything. So I've flipped it vertically. Because there's a tiny gap between the elbow and the bicep insertion, this means you need to apply 14 times the force in order to lift a weight. So now if we know that Chuck Norris can lift 10 kgs of weight per bicep, we know he can actually do 140 kgs per bicep with just some slight body modification. We're going to chop off his forearms and replace them with cables. So now we've got 140 kgs per bicep, but we can also stick the triceps in there too. That gets us to 560 kgs, which is already 50 kgs over the deadlift. But now we have to worry about Chuck Norris pulling his own arms out of their sockets. This guy managed to keep his arms on, so we know that it is possible. With the force of his pecs, traps, and lats tensed, Chuck Norris just might be able to do it. But failing that, we're going to go to his ultimate form. We've removed the bicep and the tricep entirely and just given him a TV remote that can activate the muscles. Now we're more ambitious, so we want to try and lift 1 ton. If we got a standard Olympic bar and made the ends as long as the middle, then we'd end up with a 4-meter bar. And if we fully loaded that with 20 kg weights, we'd have only 4 centimeters left to secure the load. But then again, the bar would probably be at least 50 kgs rather than 20, so we might just be able to do it. If the biceps can lift 16 kgs and the triceps can lift 20 kgs with the forearm, now collectively they will be able to lift over a ton. We've put a stool underneath this ton because if we account for the length-tension relationship, we realize that if it's stretched too much, it won't be able to lift literally anything. But then the muscle is able to produce more force eccentrically than concentrically. So what we're going to do now is we're going to get 2 tons, but we're going to jack it up higher and then slowly lower it as the muscles tense. Only now can we truly appreciate the true strength of Chuck Norris's arms. But while he can now lift a lot of weight, there's very limited range of motion. So we're going to install a pulley system so that he can now, through repeated tensing, lift over a longer range. While we're at it, we might as well cut off his legs, attach his hamstrings and quads to the crankshaft, give him some wheels, and now he can run faster than Usain Bolt. This is his ultimate form. On further inspection, it looks like the bar might be fake too, so none of this matters.